The truth behind terrorism in America. Clandestine military uses mind control to modulate brain activity. Fully. So they're fully in control of some people. Like, literally. Okay? And they do this against the country sometimes. And sometimes they educate the country with these people, such as, like, Brian, too. He's not related to terrorism, but he is a victim of mind control, and the same divisions of clandestine military, similar divisions doing the same practices that they've done on me, have harassed him, but haven't gotten into ISIS, etc. When a clandestine cell basically had gotten into ISIS, etc. with me, modulating synthetic speech processing of my speech, modulating synthetic speech with a process to process speech, to basically say various things in like Arabic slang or like sounding like Arabic. So examples is, and I don't own any weapons, but when I move my finger, my weapon's trigger finger, as if I'm firing upwards while pumping my arm and displaying that cognitive function to the mind control system, automates my speech to an attack chant that says, to say like, take a lay, or Allah Akbar, or fire, etc. So you'll see, it's going to do it automatically. So I'm going to input to the system with my finger. Okay, both hands. I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. Okay, this says it in English. Sometimes it doesn't say it in English. Sometimes it's mostly Arabic. So it goes through various conditions with firing, different sequences with fingers, whether I pull this one down and hold it and fire this one rapidly. It modulates speech in different conditions to say different things. Just like as if I grabbed a regular like knife, okay, and I was going to stab, I'll fuck you up, I'll fuck you up. It says these things automatically. So when I automate motion, so when these people are basically attacking, they're attacking to say these things. You need to listen to what they're saying when they're attacking. Like, Allahu Akbar is a dead giveaway. This motherfucker is under mind control and he's being forced to do some shit he probably didn't know he was going to do. And they brainwash people to think that they want to do these things, okay? So I'm here to educate the NSA, the CIA, the DOD about what clandestine military is doing with mind control in America that violates the Constitution, okay? They're using synthetic speech processing to completely break the brain, okay, from any ability to produce speech while attacks, okay, are being performed. Meaning the entire process of the attack is modulated, okay, likely. It's a system that solves for equations using artificial intelligence that monitors each variable until the criteria is met, okay, and it tries to create and solve for these variables in a macro of events, okay. It's more complex than you guys think. Terrorism is a badass game that I don't like to play. So I'm here to educate people. It's mind control, okay? It's literally mind control. So it's pretty lame when you see somebody on the news screaming Allah Akbar and the military has no clue, or the CIA and the DOD, I mean the CIA and the NSA and the police and everyone say it's not terrorism, when it's clearly terrorism. It's clearly terrorism. I can recognize these signs from a mile away. A mile away. So it's time to get this information out to the authorities so they can understand that this is terrorism. I'm not a terrorist, but I'm an educator in terrorism because I've been mind controlled severely by clandestine military. Okay? Okay. So, here we go. So you saw the attack chants with the knife. I'll fucking kill you! It modulates things. I'm not producing those values. It's producing those values for me unnatively, okay? And it feels like they're native. I have no control over them. So just by moving my hand in that motion, says I'll fucking kill you. Now if I go, ISIS, commit, it comes out in like Chinese. Why? Because ISIS is Asian clandestine military. So you guys can start to understand what they're doing in America with allies and powers, etc. Okay? So you can start to understand why the speech changes to various languages and the input preferences change, because they have to change the cognition. So if I go ISIS commit toggle and I toggle in the system using a control function of my brain, also need to define the conditions that the program is to operate under, saying words that are recognizable as commands such as enact to ISIS commit. Yeah, it just automates to say all these various things. So that's a pretty extensive demonstration about how they modulate brain activity during attacks, okay, to say various things, okay, in Arabic, or in Arabic style language. So remember. Okay, from firing upwards, 2 fingers. This one just be secret force. Okay, so that one's used for, that one, force is different. Force was for a demonstration on, like, assassinations on presidents and crowds, and Omar Matin that used, military used force on Omar Matin, a program to assassinate about 100, shoot 100 people or so in a nightclub. Okay, and then we saw, like, military mistakes of, like, my home's intelligence being upgraded to nightclubs and other fucking, yeah, like, this is a whole project. But basically, I'm trying to keep CIA in the loop, and the NSA in the loop, and the Bureau in the loop if they can afford it. It's really hard because they try to keep that space between the Bureau and the education system because the government's being manipulated by, well, it seems like clandestine military that could be Asian.